ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमती भक्तिवेदांता स्वामीति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्या देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा 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 हरे हरे। Thank you all the children for joining the session. Today we are in 14th chapter. Before starting the session, we would seek blessings from our Shiksha Guru, His Grace Namanishta Dasa Prabhu, for giving us opportunity. We are very thankful for giving us opportunity to hear about Bhagavad Gita. Megha Mataji, is my voice is clear, audible?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So we are in the 14th chapter today. Name of the 14th chapter is Three Modes of Material Nature. That is Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. So we, after completing today's session, we will come to know what are three modes, the name of the three modes. Then which mode will be lead, and what is the action in three modes, and how to overcome the three modes and be pure, transcendental. That is. So trap, short word for 14th chapter is trap. We are all trapped here. Trapped means somebody is binding here, controlling here. Who is that? That is three modes. Three modes are binding. They are, see, you can see the picture here, thread, how in the rope they are controlling the people. Sometimes mode of goodness. So what are the three modes? The name of the three modes are mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. Mode of goodness is called as sattva guna. Mode of passion is called in Sanskrit as rajoguna. Mode of ignorance is called as tamoguna. Sattva-guna, tamo-guna, rajoguna. So these are all three gunas. Guna means modes. In one of the sloka, third chapter, it was mentioned, Prakrite kriyamanani gune karmani sarvashaha ahankara vimudatma kartaham iti manyate. So whatever work, it is three modes only, they are only doing, they are influence of the three modes causing us to do some particular type of work. But people are thinking they are the doer, but they are not the doer. Three modes are facilitating based on the influence of three modes. So three modes are, will come to know like how three different modes. If a person affected with the mode of goodness, what will be his behavior? Person affected with the mode of passion, what will be his behavior? People influenced with the mode of ignorance, how he will behave. That is described in detail in this chapter. So TRAP, trap. So we are all trapped here by modes of material nature. So T for three modes, R for race for prominence, means these three modes are racing. Sometimes goodness will influence, sometimes passion will, sometimes ignorance. So one of the modes will be acting. It is interchanging also. So, but one mode will be leading. And actions. what are all actions we are performing. A for actions in 3 modes, different modes. And how to overcome 3 modes and how to be pure. Because 3 modes, they are causing us to do bondage. So how to relieve this bondage. So that is also described. Okay. So what are these 3 modes? I told that name of the 3 modes are Sattva Guna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. You all can note down 3 modes. Name of the modes are mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. So qualities that affect every aspect of our life because of influence of mode of these modes, our character, it affect on our character, it affects on our behavior, it affects on approach towards life, how we react or how we respond to the situation, everything. It also impacts us at various levels: physical level, mental level, emotional level. So mode of these 3 modes, it will in our physical appearance, also in our mental thinking or our emotional, every aspect it will impact these 3 modes. Okay, so Krishna is telling, so he is introducing now I'm going to tell you about 3 modes. So this jnana is this he's explained about that. 14.2, idam jnanam upashritya mama sadarmyamagatah sargepi nopajayante pralayena vyatanti cha. The translation of 14.2. By becoming fixed in this knowledge, one can attain to the transcendental nature like my own. Thus established, one is not born at the time of creation or not disturbed at the time of dissolution. Because once we reach to spiritual world, even though pralay, the annihilation, the destruction is there, we will be never destroyed. So we will be in the transcendental nature. So once we know that there are 3 modes, it is influencing us, then we will come to know what and all the reactions, what are all the behavior. Then Arjuna also asked how to overcome the influence of 3 modes. So once we come to know there is the way how to overcome these 3 modes, then we will practice that. So by practicing that, we will be in the knowledge and we will be transcendent the 3 modes. Transcending means above the 3 modes. We will raise above the 3 modes. Even in second chapter, if you remember one sloka, Traigunya means 3 guna. Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. So Krishna is telling to Arjuna in second chapter itself, you raise above the 3 modes, Arjuna. So you become Nistraigunya. So all whatever in the Vedic it is mentioned, it is all related to 3 modes only. You raise above the 3 modes. So Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Nirdandva, Nitya Sattvasto, Niryogakshema Atmavan. So you become Gunatita, that is transcendent. You become transcendent, means raise above the 3 modes. So if you raise above the 3 modes, means you will be not in the bodily platform. You will be in the thinking in the soul level. That is the Brahman platform. Raising above the 3 modes means Brahman platform, Brahma Bhuta stage. That itself is self-realization state. So that is actually very high. But continuous practice, one will come to that stage. In the previous chapter, we have seen that how to realize soul and super soul. That is by practicing of different yoga, karma yoga, jnana yoga, dhyana yoga. But bhakti yoga is the easiest method. So in this chapter also, end of the chapter, Krishna prescribed bhakti yoga will only help you to raise above the 3 modes. That is to come to the Brahman platform, the soul level, self-realization level. Okay. So Krishna is telling this is jnananam jnanam uttamam. Idam jnanam upashitya mama sadharmya agata. So before this sloka in 14.1, Krishna told, now I'm going to reveal the knowledge that is the jnananam jnanam uttamam. This is the most good, better, best knowledge. Because once we know that we are all influenced by three modes and we are all controlled by three modes, then we have to overcome that three modes. So we are all here trapped here because of the three modes. That we have to understand. Then we should understand there is a way to overcome that. So we are all put in the jail here because of the three modes. They made us to put in the jail. So we have to release ourselves. That is free from the three modes and transcendental, become transcendental. So how to become transcendental? So by practicing this, one can attain transcendental nature like my own. Krishna is transcendental. He is not subjected to three modes. Okay. So we can also, by practicing bhakti, we can also become transcendent nature, not the material nature. Okay. Right now we are all in the material consciousness. We are all in the material nature. We all can also become Brahman, the raise above the three modes, and become transcendental like Krishna's nature. So that is the what Brahman platform means. Next, we'll go to the 14.4. There Krishna mentioned Sarva yonishu kaunteya murtaya sambhavantiya tasam brahma mahadyonir aham bija pradapita. It should be understood that all species of life are made possible by birth in this material nature, and that I am the seed giving father. So Krishna is telling, even though your parents are giving you this body, but the consciousness, that soul, that is Krishna is giving. Otherwise, that body will be dead. Whatever the parents giving birth, that is, even though that body also ultimate Krishna's, without Krishna's sanction, nothing will happen. But that soul is there, right? That consciousness, that is coming from Krishna. So seed, I am the seed giving father, Krishna told. Everything is coming from Krishna. Even though our material body is made up of Panchamahabhuta, earth, water, fire, air, ether. In 7th chapter, Krishna told that is also his energy only. Everything is Krishna's energy. So Krishna told, Sarva Yonish Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavantiya. So Aham Bija Pradapita, he told. Aham Bija. So that Bija means seed that Krishna is giving. Okay. So Krishna confirmed he is the father. So Aham Bija Pradapita. I am the seed giving father. Then why there are different species of life, or life is there, like living entities are there? If one father means all living beings should be same, right? And that also Krishna told in 16th chapter. He confirmed that based on our desire, he will facilitate our next body based on our desire and our past deed. Deed means past work, whatever the way we have behaved. If you follow all rules and regulations of the religion, the scriptures, the Vedic way, then, and the main thing is God consciousness, then there will be good birth. If you act like an animal, just always concentrating on eating, sleeping, and comfort way of life, and family life, then the eating, mating, sleeping, defending. If you are defending means always protecting. So though like that, in that consciousness, that is the animal consciousness. What is the difference between human being and animal? We have given intelligent to think, right? How it came, why it came. Nothing will happen. Like the scientist may tell, it is some big bang theory, some explosion happened and creation happened, they may tell. But that is not, there is the creator behind this everything. By just combining hydrogen, nobody can produce water. Scientists are telling water is made up of H2O, hydrogen 2 and oxygen 1. Then they should combine hydrogen and oxygen, they should create water, right? That is not possible to them. So creator, somebody is there. So even this entire universe, it did not come by chance. Somebody is there behind that. So that creator is God. And different living beings also there. God is facilitated based on the desire. Okay. So based on our past deed, how we behave, and past desire and deed, our next life is decided. If we behave good, then there will be good birth in the next life. If we, so we have to follow all the rules and regulations. Why this Vedic culture is there? That is to spread God consciousness. All festival celebration, everything it is mentioned in the Veda. Why? Not just for preparing good food and eating. Festivals and all, not for that. To pray to the God. So we have to get God consciousness. That is what difference between human being and animal. Animal does not celebrate any festival. They don't pray to God, or they don't do any spiritual related activities. Otherwise, they also eat, we also eat. They also sleep, we also sleep. They also have family member, we also have family member. They also defend from other animal or other things. We also protect or defend ourselves. Otherwise, there will be no difference. Just eating, sleeping, mating, defending. So we have given higher consciousness. And loss of karma, it will not act for animal. It's only for the human beings. See, the tiger, if it kills other animal and eat, there is no loss of karma for tiger, because it is designed in such a way that there is no other option to survival. But for human being, it will work. Loss of karma will work. Okay, so why different living beings are there? Because of our past deed meant whatever work, how we behaved in the previous. Based on that, our at the end of the time, Chitragupta, everything whatever we are doing, everything it is recording in one book. So he is reading it, and based on that they will decide how we behaved. Based on that, our next life is decided. Okay, in 14.5 now, introduction to the gunas. सत्वं रजस्तमाहिते गुणा प्रकृति संभवा निबध्नन्ति महाबाहो देहे देहिनमव्ययम्. Material nature consists of the three modes: goodness, passion, and ignorance. When the living entity comes in contact with nature, he becomes conditioned by these modes. See, living entity, originally it is soul, right? When it is come to the contact of material body, then it is influenced with three modes. Otherwise, soul is eternal. Soul is transcendental. Okay, soul is always above the three modes. But when it is come in the body, material body, it is subjected to these three gunas. So three gunas will bind, it will control. So we have to get back that original consciousness of the soul. That is, that soul is transcendental. We have to raise above the three modes. And Niryoga Kshema Atmavan, Krishna mentioned, we should establish in the self. Self means in the soul level. If you remember Traigunya Vishaveda, Nistraigunya Bhavarjuna, Nirdvandva, Nitya Sattvasto, Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. In second chapter itself, Krishna told, you should become Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. Atmavan means establish in the self. You should get self-realization. That is soul level consciousness. How to get that? By raising above the three modes. Okay, so material nature consists of three modes. That is goodness, passion, ignorance. Sattva, Raja, Tama. Sattvam, Rajas, Tama. These are three name of the three modes in Sanskrit. In English, Sattva, mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. And they are binding us. See, Nibadnanti. Nibadnanti means it's binding. Binding means it is controlling us, those modes. Okay. He becomes conditioned by these three modes. Conditioned means they are acting on us and we are controlled by modes. So, if you remember 9.10, Krishna told, Maya Jakshena Prakriti Suyate Sacharachara. So, this material modes, material nature, everything, it is acting on my direction. So, based on the Krishna's direction only, these three modes are acting, okay? But we can become free from those three modes. Even in 7.14, somewhere Krishna told, Devi Hesha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratyaya Mameva Prapadyante Mayam Etam Tarantite. So these three modes, it will not act for certain people. For whom? Mameva Prapadyante. Whoever surrendered to me and practicing devotional service, for them it will not act. And even in the 9th chapter, Krishna told, Mahatmanastu Partha Devim Prakritim Ashrita. So for them, three modes, Mahamaya will not act, Yoga Maya will act. Okay, now we'll continue the goodness. What is Sattva Guna? Tatra Sattvam Nirmalatvat Prakashakam Anamayam Sukha Sangena Badnati Jnana Sangena Chanaga. So, mode of goodness. What is mode of goodness means? Being purer than other. If you compare to mode of passion and ignorance, mode of goodness is okay. That is higher. It is purer. Being purer than other mode, it is illuminating. Illuminating means it's a knowledge. Okay, light. Jnana Deepa means the illuminating. And it frees one from sinful reaction. If one is a people, they're influenced by mode of goodness, they will do good work, they will help others, they will donate to the orphanage, they will help for education for poor people, they will help for treatment of the poor people, or any donation, giving charity, austerity, those things. That is mode of goodness. So it will help them to free from sinful reaction. See, even doing good work also, they can overcome the bad reactions, like doing good to others. Sinful reactions will be not there because they are good, doing good, right? So it is like accumulating pious activity here. Punya, dana, dharma, and all they are following. People affected, people influenced with mode of goodness, they are in the knowledge and free from sinful reaction. Those situated in that mode develop knowledge, but they also become conditioned by the concept of happiness. They get some happiness in giving charity. They give happiness in that knowledge, whatever knowledge they have. Or they may feel proud. I am donating so much to the temple. I'm helping so much to these poor people, like that. They may advertise themselves. Means they or in within them they may have that proud feeling, little bit. They're conditioned by their goodness, and they feel happy to do that, and that happiness gives them again bondage. Means that illumination, that knowledge, somebody will be in the good knowledge, they can recite so many slokas without seeing, or they can do so many um, classes they can give without preparing, like that. That knowledge itself they will give them conditioned. Means a little bit proud, it will come pride, or the they don't want to come out of that happiness. So they are in the happiness because of the knowledge, they are in the happy, and they don't want to come out of that happy, so they are conditioned there. So mode of goodness also, it is it is okay to compare to other mode. Mode of goodness will help us to do bhakti, but they will be worshipping god with some benefits also. So that is what it will conditions. Krishna is asking to raise above the three modes, means raise above the goodness also. Okay, now we'll go to the next, that is mode of passion. रजो रागात्मकं विद्धि तृष्णसङ्गसमुद्भवं तन्निबध्नाति कौन्तेय कर्मसङ्गेन देहिनम्. The mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings, and because of this the embodied living entity is bound to material fruitive action. So people in mode of passion, and he always busy working because he has so much desire. So to fulfill that desire he has to earn money, right? So he'll be busy working. So they don't have time for thinking of god or pray to god, because busy. Normal people will work just 8 hours, but these people will work more than 8 hours, and so much, that is just for if getting overtime payment. They're so much interested in the money, earning more money and getting more and more recognition, more and more famous promotions, designations, like that. So the mode of passion is born of unlimited desire and longings. And unlimited desire, they have so much desire, passion to do so many things. So it is a material desire, okay, not the spiritual desire. Unlimited desire and longings, and because of this they're bound here to do fruitive material fruitive actions. So his desire speak loudly, means he will be only always controlling, leading, guiding everyone. He cannot hear the voice, inner voice. Super soul will be telling, see, don't work so much, sometimes do some other good work, good things to others, but they're not listening. Mode of goodness means they are listening to the inner voice, so they can do good to others. So super soul is always guiding. So you have so much money, right? Why can't you donate, like that? Their inner voice is telling, they are listening, people in mode of goodness. But in mode of passion, even though something inner voice is telling to donate, they will not. They're so much attached to their wealth. If you remember in the 5th chapter, initially, while starting 5th chapter, I explained the tree. The one boy will plant the, will see the, will he saw the seed and he take care of the plant. But the intention is, I am planting this plant. When it grow big tree, fruits will be there. Everybody will use this. Means he will distribute, share the fruit with others. So people in mode of goodness, they don't keep it only for themselves. They will use it and they will distribute to others also. So they are in the happy. And they know, they're in the knowledge that helping others is good. It will help us to, and we should help. They're aware of loss of karma and all. So they're helping others. But people in mode of passion, they're all, they will plant a tree and they will grow a tree and it's only for them. I want everything for them, it is okay. So his desire endless and he's busy in mode of ignorance. Means they don't even plant the tree. Whoever is planted, they, oh, I want it, means whoever eats it, who cares. If I eat, that is also okay, like that. They sometimes they'll also not eat. They don't bother whoever eats it. They're not even interested in working also, like that. Okay, so the mode of passion is unlimited desire. They don't come to the spiritual practice at all. Sometimes, means not most of the time, they will be worshipping the political leader or the king or the film actor, like whoever rich person, they will worship. The worship means they are always working for them, thinking that they will give me more money. If I work for them, they will give me more benefit, like that. So much of desire only. Very less chance they will worship for God. And the last is tamoguna, mode of ignorance. Mode of ignorance, तमस्त्वज्ञानजं विद्धि मोहनं सर्वदेहिनं प्रमादालस्य निद्राभिस्तन्निबध्नाति भारत. So what are the symptom of mode of ignorance? Mohanam, they're always in the illusion. They don't know what is good, what is bad. They don't know what to be done, what not to be done. And pramada alasya, alasya means they're so lazy. They sleep more than 12 hours and always sleeping, even day also sleeping, night also sleeping. Nidra, alasya, lazy, nidra, and they don't even pray to God. They don't even believe in God. They're so lazy to do their own work, first of all. Whenever mood is there, they will work. So that is also binding because they are in the ignorant. Okay. Uh, the mode of ignorance, it is darkness, born of ignorance, is the delusion of all embodied living entity. The result of this mode are madness, indolence, and sleep, which binds the conditioned soul. So people affected with mode of ignorance, they will be having so many bad effects like drinking, smoking, tobacco, eating, those so many bad habits. So that is in mode of ignorance. So ignorant and mad to hear the super soul. He will never listen. Inner voice, even though it is telling don't steal, stealing is bad, but still they will not listen to that inner voice. They will do bad things. So mode of ignorance people only, they will do so many bad things, stealing and telling, means so many bad things they will do. And they're ignorant. They don't believe in God. If somebody is telling that God is there also, they don't believe. That is in ajnana, because of ignorance. And they're so lazy, they don't work and sleeping more. So there are like activities, how the different activities, how mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance people will do. So mode of goodness people will read books, good books, towards a more motivational biography, like that. Means even the story books, the moral story books, there will be some moral in the story, like that they prefer to read. But people in mode of passion, they always like thriller crime stories, or the science fiction also it's mentioned here. But usually the crime stories or the thriller or the passionate related. Mode of ignorance, usually they will not read book at all, mode of ignorance. And some bad things they will watch, or something not restricted website they may watch, or restricted books. And the activity in mode of goodness, that is work, the teaching profession, they will usually, means teaching means with it is the, like, if you in the 18th chapter also it is mentioned, in 4th chapter also, Shama, Dama, Tapa, Shaucha, that is the mode of goodness. So Brahmins, usually they're in mode of goodness. They used to teach Vedic knowledge, Gurukul and all. They used to become guru. So that is what the teaching profession it is mentioned, without taking salary. Means not much, not expecting money, and taking and teaching about God. That is in mode of goodness. And passion, they think that money is honey. Whatever gives, means money will give everything. Like that, they are busy in earning money. Mode of passion. Of course, everybody has to work. That also Krishna told in the 3rd chapter. For maintaining our body, we have to go to office, we have to work when you all grow old. But we limited 8-hour work is enough. But these people are working more and more and more to get more and more and more money. They are not convinced that these wealth, money, pleasure, it is endless. How much ever I earn, it is never satisfied. They are not convinced of that. So they are always running behind money, wealth, woman, like that, something. So to get more and more good phone, big car, big bungalow, like that, they're always aimed towards money, wealth, name, fame, like that. And mode of ignorance people, they are the addicted to bad habits, alcoholic, drug addicts, or the tobacco, smoking, like that. They will work, but lazy. Whenever is required, they will work. They will go to they will search some labor kind of work whenever is required, only like that. Otherwise they'll be busy with bad habits. Or they may work the, like, bank robbery, those kind of work they may do because of ignorant, because they don't know that reaction will come, simple reaction. So they are ignorant. They do most of the time bad habits. Even bad habits also, it is we get reaction. Whatever, if your bad habits is there, for that also sinful reaction is there. And the time also there. What is the mode of goodness? Early morning to afternoon is mode of goodness. Afternoon to till evening 8 p.m. is mode of passion. 8 p.m. to till next morning is time in mode of ignorance. And music, mode of goodness, people will like classical music or soft music. Mode of passion, people will like rock songs, jazz, pop, like that. Mode of ignorance, they don't like song at all. They always themselves shout, scream. They don't hear to the melodious song or whatever song. They just shouting, screaming. That kind of song is there. They will be liking, and they will be, yeah. To listen to the song, actually, the mode of goodness or passion is required. So mode of goodness, people will like and listen to the soft music, bhajans, classical songs, or even though it is movie songs also, soft, the melodious songs they will like. Mode of passion, they like the full high volume, they'll keep, and full beats, like that. Activity, so yeah, it is not so required. See, places they prefer to go, mode of goodness, park, forest, some recreation, some temple, like that, nice places. Mode of passion means crazy city life, or the amusement park, like that, they may like something. And the mode of ignorance, then only the nightclub, pub, bar, like that. Food is wholesome, juicy, vegetarian. This is in food in mode of goodness. We should offer Krishna, or we should offer God the only the food in mode of goodness. Okay, that is wholesome, means the grains, any food, anything made up of grain, rice, wheat, or any grains. And the juicy means the fruits, any fruits. Or the vegetarian means vegetarian food only we have to give. In vegetarian also, when we are offering food to the God also, see, Vishnu and Krishna, they God, incarnation of any Vishnu, we don't offer onion garlic related food because it's in mode of goodness. So usually they don't prefer, usually not, never, they never prefer food, even though vegetarian it is made up of onion garlic, they will not offer to Krishna or Vishnu. They may offer it to other god, Kali or Shiva. And uh, okay, the spicy, sour, hot, pungent, this food is, people in mode of passion, they like this type of food. So much of burning spicy. or so much of sour, or so much of hot burning hot burning coffee or tea they may like to drink, or hot burning food they want to eat, and so much spicy, pungent, like that. So this is for people in mode of passion, they like to eat chili, like that. So that is what their nature. Mode of ignorance people, they will eat the rotten, decomposed, the old food, untouchable. So means some people will like to eat that also. If food cooked before 3 days, it will be little bit sour. It will be taste is changed. They like to eat that because they are in ignorance. And rotten food means, see, these alcohol and all, it is made up of rotten fruit. That fruit they will decompose it, then they will take the juice from that, then they will prepare. So that is rotten. It tastes bitter, it seems, they told. So that is actually untouchable. It is rotten, it is decaying, it's decomposed. And even eating others food, juta, that is also called as mode of ignorance, because somebody eat, right, that saliva will be there in that food. That is untouchable food. We should not eat others leftover food. Okay, so these are all mode of ignorance. And state of mind, people in mode of goodness are happiness, always happy, and knowledge, they are in the knowledge. And people in mode of passion are agitated, greedy, anger. If you see the third chapter, one sloka, Kamesha, Krodesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava. So Rajoguna means passion. So Kama, Krodha, greed and all, it is because of passion. Mode of Rajoguna, greed, anger, more anger, or agitated, anxiety, everything. People influenced with mode of ignorance are lazy, dull, very reluctant to make spiritual advancement. Means they don't even, they are atheist, means they don't believe in God. They're very reluctant, very opposing. If somebody is chanting also, they will scold them, like that. They're ignorant, they're very reluctant. Mode of passion also, they don't worship, but they worship to the higher persons, like maybe the leader, or the king, or film actor, or whoever giving money. They will see them with the respectful feeling, like that, like God they will treat. Okay, so Sattva people will get up early in the morning. Rajoguna people wake up in the 8 o'clock. Tamoguna influenced with people with the in Tamoguna, they get up in the 11 o'clock in the morning. People in the Sattva mode of goodness, whatever it is, whether you have office, whether you are school or not, whatever it is, still they will get up early. Schedule. If school is not there, they will get up early and they will do some exercises, or any good things they will do, or maybe reading books, or maybe helping, or maybe simply listening to the good music, like that. People in Sattva they will get up early and they will do useful work. People in Rajoguna, they will get up late at 8 o'clock. Then they'll be busy. And people in Tamoguna, they will 11 o'clock. People in Sattva will sleep early to bed, early to rise is very good. Okay, so you should all follow early to bed, early to rise. Sleeping at 10 or 9, then early getting up at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock is recommended. So sleeping early, Sattva people, mode of goodness. Mode of passion, Rajoguna, they sleep late, 11 o'clock. People in Tamoguna, they sleep at 2 o'clock. In one of the sloka, second chapter, it is mentioned, Yanisha Sarva Bhutani, Tasyam Jagrati Sayami, Tasyam Jagrati Bhutanam, Yanisha Pashrate Mune. So what is day for the sages, the good people? That is night for the people in the ignorance, darkness. So see, um, people in Sattva they sleep at night, but people in ignorant, they sleep at 2 o'clock, or sometimes they'll sleep at 3 or 4 also. But that is the raising time for people in goodness. So that matters, everything. Uh, Even though you are sleeping, sometimes people will sleep at 11, but they will be chanting, or hearing about God, or attending some Bhagavad Gita classes. That is okay. But if you're sleeping late for enjoying, for watching movie or playing video game, that is not recommended. Okay, so that is what influence of not only the time, even the act, everything matters. Next, 14.11. सर्वद्वारेषु देहेऽस्मिन् प्रकाश उपजायते ज्ञानं यदा तदा विद्यात् vivriddham sattvam iti yuta. The manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are eliminated by knowledge. So people in mode of goodness are with knowledge. Okay. This is about passion and ignorance. So 14.12 Lobha pravrittirarambha karmanam ashamaspruha rajasyeta nijayante vivriddhe bharatarshava. When there is an increase in the mode of passion, symptom of great attachment, uncontrollable desire, hankering, and intense endeavor will develop. So we have when our desires are not controlled, we are influenced with mode of passion. Okay, so much hankering to get new things, new cloth, new gold, jewelry, new toys, so much of hankering, so much of uncontrolled desire is there, means we are influenced with mode of passion. This is ignorance. 14.13 Aprakasho pravrittischa pramado moha evacha tamasetani jayante vivriddhe kuru nandana. When there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, madness, illusion, inertia, and darkness are manifested. So madness, the people are addicted and they're mad, sometimes go crazy also because of ignorant. They don't know what is wrong, what is right. They will always take wrong decision, wrong association, wrong false friend, and means wrong friend, false association means they are people affected with bad habits. They are inclined to do make friendship of people with bad behavior or bad addicted with the bad um, practices and all, who is taking alcohol or smoking, like that they will associate with them, people in mode of ignorance, and they will also follow that. So when there is an increase in the mode of ignorance, madness, illusion means they're confused, they don't know about life, the value of life, they're thinking just it's the drinking, smoking, that is only the best. So inertia means they don't do any work, always sitting in one place, inertia, they don't move, lazy there, and darkness are manifested. And now Krishna is telling here, these modes always not be same. Sometimes we will be influenced with mode of goodness. Sometimes we will be influenced with passion. Sometimes we will be with the ignorance. Always not the same. Okay. Rajas tamas chadi bhuya. Sattvam bhavati bharata. Rajas sattvam tamaschaiva tamas sattvam rajastata. That means overtakes. These modes are, there is continuous race. So first section is done. We are trapped in three modes. That is done. Now racing, there is racing towards three modes. Sometimes the mode of passion becomes prominent, defeating the mode of goodness. And sometimes the mode of goodness defeats passion. And the other times mode of ignorance defeats the goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Okay. And 14.18 ऊर्ध्वं गच्छन्ति सत्त्वस्ता मध्ये तिष्ठन्ति राजसा जगन्यगुणवृत्तिस्ता अधो गच्छन्ति तामसा. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planet. So mode of goodness, if we die in the mode of goodness, we will go to the higher planet system. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planet. If we are in the mode of passion, then we will come back to the earthly planet. Mode of passion means so much of desire. Some people will, while dying, I want to see my grandson, I want to see the marriage of my granddaughter, like that, so much desire. And I want to gain more and more money. I wanted to build that big house, but it couldn't. Like that, they will be thinking while dying. So much greedy passion. And so they will come back to earth. Krishna will facilitate again to continue their desire. So next body will be given. And those in the abominable mode of ignorance, they go down to the hellish world. In the hellish planet, there is a down, a lower planet system. There, the demons planet is there. So they will go to that planet. So activity in mode of so after death, destination of mode of goodness is higher planet. Passion is earthly planet. And for ignorance, either they will go to see, this is higher planet, maybe the Swargaloka, like that. This is the earthly planet, this is a hellish planet. Or they will born as a animal also. They birth in the lower species. It may be the lower species means lower than human being, that is animal, or they may be in the hellish planet also. And results of action, it is pure. Whatever the activity they have done in mode of goodness is pure and happy, it is peaceful. And passion is misery. See, they are all gaining more and more and more money, right? Because of mode of passion. It gives ultimately misery only. They'll be for temporary happiness, it will be. And ignorance, the work done in mode of ignorance is foolishness. Effect of mode of goodness is real knowledge and happiness. Passion is greed. Effect of ignorance is madness, illusion, laziness. Okay, now Arjuna is okay. Now Krishna is telling Nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada drashtanupashyati gunebhyascha param veti madbhavam so adhigacchati. When you see that there is nothing beyond these modes of nature in all activity, and that the Supreme Lord is transcendental to these three modes, then you can know my spiritual nature. So what are all these three modes? These three modes are only controlling all our activity. We should understand that. And we should also understand that Krishna is above these three modes. Only the human beings are subjected to three modes. Krishna is above the three modes. He is a transcendental. When he told the word transcendental, now Arjuna is so curious how I can become transcendental, how I can become raised over the three modes. That he is asking in 14.20. Okay, so gunan etan atityatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jaravya dukkher vimukto amrita ashnute. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and distress, and can enjoy nectar even in this life also. When we become free from three modes, we can be happy, okay, and we will be free from birth, death, disease, old age. So we have to raise above the three modes. So now Arjuna is inquiring how to raise above the three modes. That is his question. Oh my dear Lord, by what symptom is one who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior, and how does he transcend the modes of nature? So Arjuna asking three questions. How can we know one is raised above the three modes? What is his behavior? And okay, the first question is symptoms. Symptoms. One who is in transcendent, raised above the three modes. What is the symptoms of the person who's transcended the three modes, and what is his behavior? How does he transcend the modes of nature, and how to go above the three modes? That is his question. Three questions. One is how to raise above the three modes, and how to know that we have raised above the three modes. How do we behave after raising above the three modes? What are all the symptoms? That was Arjuna's question in 14.21. He is asking here, Kairling in that question. Kim means how. How do he act? In that sloka it is there. Okay, so Krishna is replying 14.22 to 25. He is replying how. No, he didn't. He is replying what is a symptom and what is a behavior. So what are the behavior? Person raised above the three modes, they will be praise. They'll be steady in all circumstances. Even somebody praise them, somebody scold them, blame them, they will be equal. Equanimity of the mind is achieved. Sthita prajna, he is in Sthita prajna stage. That is equanimity of the mind, equal mind. Somebody scolds or somebody talk good about him, he will be same, steady in all circumstances. Somebody honor or dishonor, somebody ignores you or treat you well, he will be same. Somebody means if you are in happy or if you are in distress, you should be same. Then only you are called as you raised above the three modes, you are transcendental to three modes. And something desirable has happened or undesirable happened, you will be still same if you raise above the three modes. Next, how does he deals so deals equally with everyone and everything. Pandita Samadarshina. So he is a Samadarshina, means he will treat equally, not only to all the people, even the animal also he'll treat equally. Equally means he will not hurt animals. He will not kill animal and eat. He will not hurt animals, or he will not put others in disturbance. That is what the compassion. So he deals equally with everyone, no partiality. earth, stone or gold, everything he will see equal. And friend or enemy, he will treat equal. He doesn't have any enemy. If somebody treated him as enemy also, he will treat equal. And he never acts whimsically. Means acting whimsically means his own way. That is not. He will always follow the authority, scripture, guru, sadhu, shastra, and to the parents, to the high people he will respect, and he will act according to their guidance. And he is surrendered to Krishna, and determination, and in spiritual practice. He is practicing spiritual. That is, if he is raised above the three modes with the fixed mind, with the determination, without missing any day, he will chant. That is, if he raised above the three modes. Okay. Symptom is equiposed. Equiposed means equal. Whatever the condition, he will be equal. Shita, Ushna, happy or distress, sad or happy, or somebody honor or dishonor, mana, apamana, however it is. If somebody ignore or somebody consider, whatever it is, he will behave equally. And he is free from hankering. Means I have to buy new toys, I have to buy new books. I mean, not books, new golden jewelry, new dress, new house, so many. With one or two, he will be never satisfied. But people above the three modes, he is self-satisfied. He doesn't see his happiness by happiness in buying outside things, outside toys, or outside house, new mobile phone, big TV, big car. He's not like that. One who is raised above the three modes, he is not hankering to buy, get new things. Only the basic needs is enough for him, and he is free from envy. So that's what is described in the sloka here. We'll see the translation. Shri Bhagavanuvacha Prakasham cha pravrittim cha moham eva cha pandava nadveshti sampravrittani na nivrittani kanchati udasina vadasina gunairyo na vichalyate gunavartamta iti evam ya yovatishtati nengate sama dukkha sukha swasta samaloshkashma kanchana tulya priya priyo dhiras tulya dhir tulya nindatma samstuti मानापमानयोः तुल्यस् तुल्यमित्रारि पक्षया सर्वारंभ परित्यागी गुणातीता स उच्यते. So who is Gunatita? Gunatita means raised above the three modes. Who is that? How to know who is somebody has raised above the three modes? He who does not hate illumination, attachment. So he who does not hate or does not attachment and delusion, not in the confused when they are present or not present. So who does nor longs for them when they are disappear. Who is seated like one unconcerned, being situated beyond these material reactions of the three modes of nature, who remains firm, knowing that the modes alone are active, who regard alike pleasure or pain, and looks on a clod, it is a lump of the stone, a stone, peace or gold, they will treat equally with an equal eye. Who is wise and holds praise and blame to be the same, treats friend and enemy alike, who has abandoned all fruitive undertakings. Such a man is said to be have transcendental the three modes. So if you see the symptom of people who raised above the three modes is Samaloštashva Kanchana. He, earth or gold or stone, everything he will treat equally, because he knows that it doesn't give us more pleasure. All material things he is least interested. Tulya Priya Apriya, whether dear or not dear, he will behave same. Tulya Nindatma Samstuti. So whether somebody is Ninda, means he is ignoring also, he is Samastuti or Stuti. If somebody is praising also, he is same. Tulya. Tulya means the weighing scale, Tulabar. How it is Tulya? It is same, balancing, like that. He'll be balanced in every condition. Tulya means Tula, means the balanced weighing scale, how it is balancing, like that. So Mana Apamana. If somebody honor, dishonor, he will be equal. If Mitra or Are, Mitra or the Shatru, the friend or enemy, he will be same treating everyone. So yeah, Sarvaramba Parityagi, no other material desire or hankering, he is called as Gunatita. This is very high state, okay? We should all have patience. Then we will go in the bhakti. Why we should practice bhakti and we should have patience, then we will come to this stage. Okay. So how to transcend, that is very, very, very important sloka of Bhagavad Gita. 14.26. Mam cha yo vyabhicharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. So how to transcend three modes? By bhakti yoga. Avyabhicharena bhakti. What is avyabhicharena bhakti? Means one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcendent the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. So established in the self means Atmavan. Atmavan means Brahman. So come to the level of Brahman, soul level of realization. How to come to the platform of Brahman? So how to raise above the three modes? Means continuously devotional service. Means the regular interval. If you are chanting that many rounds without failing, whatever condition it is, how much ever busy you are, you have to strictly chant that round. So regulatedly, strictly following devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances. And they can only, after practice of so many years, they can raise above the three modes. Then they will be so much peaceful, happy. Then outside pain or pleasure will never bother them. Okay, when they are in the level of Brahman, that is the raise above the three modes. So Krishna recommending Arjuna always to raise above the three modes. So transcendent the three modes. Krishna has already transcended the three modes. He is asking us also to transcend the three modes. Okay. And the last sloka of 14th chapter is 14.27. Brahmano hi pratishtaham amritasya vyayasya cha shashvatasya cha dharmasya sukasya ikantikasya cha. And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman. So in the previous verse he told, raise above the three modes and become Brahman. Means established in the Brahman platform. Come to the Brahman platform. And I am the source of that Brahman, he is telling here. I am the basis of that impersonal Brahman, which is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. In that platform, if you come, it is the ultimate happiness, which is immortal. Immortal means no death, and imperishable and eternal. That stage is the soul. For soul, there is no death, right? That is immortal. If you come to that platform, that realization, then so much of happiness you will be. So Atma Sakshatkara, word they will call Atma Sakshatkara means self-realization, means understanding the self, soul. So we already have that spiritual energy within us. That soul is transcendental, but it is covered with material contaminations. Those three modes are affecting. So we have to get back our original consciousness, that the soul spiritual energy is there. We have to feel that. So we have to establish in the Brahman platform. Then only we can come to that platform. Means we have to raise above the three modes. Then only we can come to the Brahman platform. Then we will be so much happy, unlimited happy, which is immortal, imperishable. Okay. This is the liberation stage actually. By present in this body also we can get liberation. Liberation means not only dying. Liberation means free from all material miseries. Then unlimited happiness. Okay. So Krishna confirmed in 14.27, he is the source of that light, that Brahma Jyoti, whatever they call. He is the source of that. Okay. So happiness, happiness, happiness. Ultimately, if you are practicing bhakti yoga, you will get ultimate happiness. So options now. See, we are all after this Bhagavad Gita class also we are continuing, but weekly once class will be there. If you are interested, like detailed study of Bhagavad Gita will be there, or study of Srimad Bhagavatam, or study of including various Upanishad scriptures, interactive sessions, specific materials will be given. So some Bhakti Raksha model is there. One devotees are taking these classes. We will send you the link to join Bhakti Raksha classes. Any of Bhakti Raksha classes you can join after this Bhagavad Gita classes. Okay. Sri Ram Prabhu is conducting nice classes for all the children. You can, I will share the link. Even children program is also there. This is, that was for elder. For children also we are having children's Bhakti Raksha class. We should click on the registration link when we are sending. You can join the group also. Okay, this now the summary of the chapter is trap. That is 14th chapter summary is trap. T-R-A-P. T means three modes. R means there is a race. R means recognizing a modes supremacy, race. They are racing. Sometimes goodness will overcome. Sometimes the mode of passion will overcome, like that. A means acting on these modes. Then P means how to transcend the three modes and become pure life. Pure life means there is no suffering. That is TRAP. P means pure life. That's the transcendent, raise above the three modes. Then how to raise above the three modes? That is Bhakti Yoga. That is only to raise above the three modes. If you practice Bhakti and with patience, you should have patience and continue it. We should not stop it. Then only you can raise above the three modes. Okay. T for three modes, A for raise for prominence, R for raise for prominence, A for action in modes, P for pure life. This is short word for 14th chapter. Now the time for polling. So many questions I have added because this is chapter. You all should understand it clearly. So what are the three modes? What are the three modes of material nature? Is it human being, animal, nature, or is it good, bad, ugly, or is it goodness, passion, and ignorance? Three modes of material nature: sattva guna, rajoguna, tamaguna. What are they called in English? Okay, I am ending the polling now. Correct answer is goodness, passion, ignorance. Sattva guna, rajoguna, tamoguna. Second question is, if Krishna is the same seed giving father for all entities, then why there are different form of life created? Is it because of their past deeds, or because variety species of life? As for 14th chapter, even 16th chapter also Krishna told why there are different living beings are there. Means initially Krishna created different living beings. Then moving forward, why it is continuing? Because even that living beings also, they will give chance in the next birth they will get higher birth. Then once they will come to the human birth. But if all the animals are improved, and then why still there are animals are there? Okay, ending the polling. That's because of their past deeds. So because even though some human beings, they behave like animal, they don't follow cleanliness, they don't celebrate any festival for to pray to the god, or daily also if they don't worship god, like they are very high chance their conscience is low and they will be in the lower birth next. So based on our past deeds, we are taking lower birth. Next question is, how do those situated in the mode of goodness become conditioned? Is it by doing more of fruity activities, fruits of karma, or by having sense of happiness and knowledge, or becoming very lazy? Is it that mode of goodness, so lazy, or is it by having sense of happiness and knowledge? Are they in knowledge and happiness, or they're always like passionate people working fruit of karma? Means expecting fruit of karma, means they're expecting, they're growing the plant and they're expecting. Is it like that mode of goodness? They're expecting only for them. Okay, ending the polling. Share the result. The correct answer is by having sense of happiness and knowledge. People in mode of goodness are in knowledge and they're happy. But they're also conditioned. Okay, the next is, what are the symptoms of mode of passion? Are they sleeping a lot more than 12 hours? Or are they helping others? Or unlimited desire and longings for people in mode of passion? Okay, ending the polling. Correct answer is unlimited desires and longing. mode of passion. They always so much of desire, greedy, so much of anger, so much of lust, anger, greed, pride, so much it is. And it is also mentioned, so people in earthly planet are all 90%, 99% of mode of passion, because we are all so much anger, so much greed, so much desire we have. But it is changing also, okay? Okay, the next question. What are the symptoms of mode of ignorance? Are they intense desire to work excessive to earn more and more? Or are they madness and indolence and sleep? Or they perform devotional service? Mode of ignorance means they don't even know that God is there. Okay, mode of ignorance means they are always lazy. Okay, I'm ending. These modes also described in more and more in 16th chapter, 17th chapter, 18th chapter, not 16th, 17th and 18th chapter. It is more described, again repeated. Food in 3 modes, austerity in 3 modes, everything it is described more. Ending the polling. The correct answer is madness, indolence, and sleep is the right answer. Okay, because the people in mode of ignorance, they're so lazy, they sleep more than 12 hours. They are in the illusion, confusion, they don't believe in God, they're in the mad or in the intoxicated with the bad habits, like that. Now, one more question. What happens if one dies in mode of ignorance? Is he takes birth as a human being again, or he takes birth among those engaged in fruitive activity, or is he takes birth in the animal kingdom? So our life is given to develop our consciousness. If we don't develop our right consciousness, then we'll be degraded to lower animal life, or the whatever life it is, the lower level. Okay, ending polling. So the correct answer is he takes birth in the animal kingdom. Okay, if we are in the mode of ignorance, we will take birth in the animal. We'll take birth as an animal. And the last question for today. Oh, this question is not typed. So the question I will tell, you have to select the option, okay? Question is how to transcend the 3 modes, how to raise above the 3 modes. Is it by practicing devotional service in Krishna consciousness, or is it by living in the forest? How to raise above the 3 modes? Okay, I'm ending the polling. Correct answer is by practicing devotional service. Somebody told by living in forest. By living in forest means if you have to do devotional service there, otherwise you cannot. In forest, so many hunters, they tribal people also live, but they did not transcend 3 modes. Okay. So by bhakti is only the solution. It will help you to raise above the 3 modes. Now we are done with the today's session. Now the time for question answer. So whoever doesn't have question, you can leave the session, or if you want to stay, you can continue hearing the question and answer.